And we're rolling. Yay. Good morning, everyone. My name is Teresa Conroy-Roth, and welcome once again to the Lightning Leadership Series. With me today is my friend and past client and someone I admire and look up to, Kim Smith. Kim Smith, good morning.
Good morning, Teresa. Thank you so much for inviting me to participate in your Lightning Leadership Series. I'm very excited to be here today.
Yeah, me too. Me too. So let's just get the zap moment out of the way. So tell me about a time where you had a zap moment. And with lightning leadership, right? Lightning strikes. Was there ever a time where you realized, I'm a leader? Or someone else recognized you and said, you're a leader?
Yes, thank you for the question. The moment that comes to my mind is early in my consulting career. I was working with a client. I was doing ERP implementations, as many of us have started in that area. And
Yeah.
I had a client, and I had been warned that the subject matter expert that I would be working with was sometimes a little difficult to get along with and difficult to work with. But we were in the office one afternoon talking about how we were going to configure the system to meet the specific need that they had in regards to a calculation. And we were in a heavy debate, debating back and forth about what might work, what wouldn't work, what could work. And we got to the end of the conversation and we're like, okay, well, we can try X, Y, and Z. And then we're like, okay, it's lunchtime. Let's go to lunch. And my boss had come up to me later and he approached me and he's like, well, I was about to interrupt because it seemed like it was getting very tense and very heated. And I'm like, that's just the way that we have found to work together.
Yeah.
That's kind of her style. So I'm trying to meet her on her, in her space and what she's comfortable with and how she works.
Yeah.
I don't take it personally. It's just business. And it was in that moment that I realized that I was understanding that people are different.
Yeah.
People work differently, and you have to just kind of meet them in their space.
That's excellent. That's awesome. It's so crucial, I think, to have those conversations and then to recognize the fact that we're not arguing and let's just go to lunch. Right. At the end of the day, we're still connected. We're still friends. We still are colleagues that enjoy each other. But on the other hand, we're allowed to have different ideas and different approaches.
Right.
Great stuff. So the next question is, with the activity of the mergers and acquisitions market accelerating, why do you think it's so important to successfully execute on the integrations of the acquired company? I think mergers and acquisitions are such high visibility, such high risk. Tell us a little bit about your experience.
Well, I've been participating in, or I have participated in several different transactions in various aspects of different stages of deals. But one of the key areas and the obvious answer, of course, is the financial outcomes that you're hoping to get in a M&A deal, right? So as part of any M&A transaction, there's a hypothesis drawn about how what synergies can be gained by acquiring the company, how it can fit into your organization, both operationally and culturally, and you kind of have this idea of where this is going. And as part of that, you do the financial modeling to kind of understand what the value of the company is and what you're willing to pay for the company, so that, you know, the financial outcomes are the obvious answer, and making sure that you're executing on that integration to meet your synergy targets. But there's a hidden gem that, you know, in any transaction, there can be landmines or maybe even icebergs, but a big one that we've really encountered recently has been cybersecurity.
Huge.
You know, people don't always give enough credit or enough attention to the cyber risk that can be there. And there are many things that you can do to mitigate that risk, because, you know, bad actors have often been known to watch the news for announcements of transactions and really target companies while they're in this transition, and trying to integrate another company. we recently ran into this problem because we acquired a company that had previously acquired another company and hadn't really fully executed on their integration plan and addressed all the cybersecurity risks. So now that it was within our company, we got exposed. So they came in through, sorry.
It's okay.
The dogs are going to bark for a minute, so we'll have to stop.
Mine have chews. Yeah, the cockers have chews. It's all good.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No worries.
But the top 5 risks that you need to look out for in terms of cybersecurity are the investor risks. So, if you do get exposed, fines can be very heavy, can impact the bottom line and result in lost value to investors. Deal execution risk.
Yeah, which was
so, yeah. So both buyers and sellers can expose themselves to these unknown cyber risks and while executing the deal terms. So utilizing appropriate warranties and indemnities can help transfer that risk. Value creation risks, as we discussed earlier. So, not achieving the value that you're hypothesizing you're going to get. And then carve out and integration risks, such as the unforeseen technical debt, undetected malware in the target's infrastructure, access management issues, and then again, future cyber due diligence risks. So as any company, there's 5, yeah. So any company can apply a buy-side lens to their existing infrastructure and be sure that their existing portfolio is robust, and it will create conditions for de-risking the integration of a target.
Huge.
Yeah, so those are some key risk areas, but what are the potential outcomes if you don't address them? And those can be very expensive, and there can be very high costs associated with things like forensic and investigative activities to detect what the bad actors accessed, what they were able to download and take off of your network, what they left behind in your network.
Ooh.
I mean, it can be very expensive. Assessment and audit services. You then have to go through audits after the fact, make sure that you have fully detected everything that the bad actor did, that it has been mitigated, that you have notified impacted parties. Crisis management. Consumer action and litigation can result from customers or suppliers. There's so many risks involved, and I think that's an area where people just sometimes don't understand the full risk associated with it.
We could probably spend an hour diving into each and every one of those 5, right? Just simply because there's so much from an assessment, from a risk assessment to designing a solution, right, around how to resolve or how to mitigate, right, some of those issues. Absolutely huge. And so let's table that for another time and have you back on to do a deeper dive into those. But Kim Smith, thank you so much. People can find you obviously on LinkedIn.
Yes.
And so if you're interested in learning more, reach out to Kim Smith. Follow us on LinkedIn. Follow us on YouTube. If you like what you see, give us a thumbs up. Any comments or any questions in the feedback would be great. Kim, thank you so much, and happy birthday.
Thank you, Teresa. Same to you. I appreciate the opportunity.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.